Hey, this is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. And if you're new here, my channel is dedicated to reviewing as seen on TV items, other household gadgets, and consumer goods. If you like that, please consider subscribing to my channel. Look me up on Twitter and just hang on for the ride. Now, let's get to today's review. So today, we are going to look at another as seen on TV item by Bulbhead. This is the Battle Visor by the makers of Atomic Beam. This is a product that is comparable to the Tac Visor by Bell & Howell, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here, but make sure you watch that after this one. All right, so this product was purchased at Walmart for about 10 bucks, which is about $5 less than the Tac Visor, so that's, in a comparison, this one's a little less. Now, that being said, this is only a one visor in this one, so this only has the daytime visor, whereas the Tac Visor had both day and night. So let's unbox this just to see what we're getting in the Battle Visor. All right, so I'm looking in here, nothing else in the box. It looks like I have installation directions, well that's a plus. And then this is the actual Battle Visor itself. All right. You know what? I'm really liking this amber color. Look at that. It's actually kind of cool to look through. I like it, you know, but when I was just holding this up, I could see a reflection of myself in here, so I wonder what that's going to be like in the actual road test. But it has two clips that clip right on top of your car's existing visor, and then it has this little piece right here that you can move across. It's called the sunspot blocker, and I guess the idea behind this is if there's a high concentration of sun coming through one specific spot, you can move this to cover. Now, cool idea. But as you notice, the sunspot blocker, it's really, really little, okay, on a really small visor. This is not very big. So that to me doesn't seem very practical because it's already, what, a third, maybe a quarter of this? That doesn't make any sense to me, but I understand the concept behind it. So let's get out to the road and actually put this thing to the test and see if, you know what, we have a winner or not. This is the Battle Visor by Bulbhead and Atomic Beam. Here we go. All right, so if you remember from my video on the Tac Visor wants you to clip in the visor from on the other side of your actual visor. Well, Battle Visor, on the other hand, wants you to open up your visor and then clip this in like here. And you can look through it that way. This seems a little weird for me. My actual visor vibrates a little, and that to me is kind of awkward to look through. I will say that the Battle Visor comes with this sunspot blocker, and so what the sunspot blocker does, if there's a really concentrated piece of sunlight, a bit of sunlight coming through, you're able to move this across back and forth. I was really grateful that this is not a permanent fixture. You can take it off because it's really annoying to look through this. So I'm actually just going to take it off for the road test, but that is an option you can have. This is the Battle Visor by Atomic Beam. Let's take it on a road test to see how it does. All right, so here I am driving down the road with the Atomic Beam Battle Visor. Like I said, you notice the amber color looks really nice to look through, but my biggest complaint is it does not cover very much of the windshield. My field of vision is so much bigger than this little unit. I think it's a good concept, a good idea, but even in this video that I'm shooting, you can see all the way around it. Now, if this was a little bigger, I think it could be beneficial. So if the makers of the Battle Visor are listening, when you go back to do your redesign for the Battle Visor 2 or Battle Visor Pro or the Battle Visor XL, that's something you can think of. But this is the road test Battle Visor by Atomic Beam. Okay, so I'm ready to give you my final review of the Battle Visor. Now, you remember this piece that came on, the sunspot blocker or whatever it was called? I ended up taking it off because I think it's kind of foolish. So I didn't actually use it because it was kind of cumbersome. It took up too much of the visor itself, and I just didn't find it useful, so I got rid of that. I wish that Bulbhead maybe would have not had that and knocked $2 off the price, because that would have made a little bit more sense to me. I love the color. I loved looking through this, and what I could see when I was driving, it was vibrant. You remember in my initial part, I thought, man, I could see myself in the reflection. That wasn't a problem when I was driving, so I really liked that. I couldn't even see myself in the reflection. I liked that because that would have been distracting. Now, as for my cons, this is way too small. This is about half the size of my car's existing visor, which is kind of a problem, okay, because I look through more than just this rectangle. So I'm thinking if Bulbhead and Atomic Beam go back to the drawing board, maybe you make this a little wider, maybe you make it a little deeper or longer here, and then you have a winner. As of right now, you have a starting spot, but for me, this is not very useful. I stand at 6'4", and so when I had this thing hooked up, I actually had to scrunch in my seat to see it the way they wanted me to install it. I tried it a couple different ways, and I found that if I put this in just like the tack visor one, it worked a little better, but still, small rectangle. I'll actually link a picture right here of what it looked like as I was looking through this. This was my review of the Battle Visor. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Smash that subscribe button and bell so you're notified anytime I release a video just like this one. Also, let me know in the comment section, have you used this visor or maybe the tack visor? Let me know what your experiences were with them. As always, thanks for coming by and have a great day.